Dottie is the Senior Regional Claims Specialist out of our Western Mass office. She handles Western Mass as well as Connecticut. She participates in training programs that cover all facets of workers' compensation investigation, claim handling, fraud identification, and settlement negotiations. She's responsible for conducting supervisor training at employer facilities. She worked at the Massachusetts Trial Court for 20 years before joining the AIM Mutual team. She has a personal background in the deaf culture and with American Sign Language.
Okay, so what should you report? Injuries that arise out of and in the course and scope of employment, or out of ordinary street risks while engaged in the employer's affairs and with their authorization. You have an employee that reports to work every day and parks their vehicle in your designated parking lot, and they're walking into the building and they fall. They haven't punched in on a time clock, if you have a time clock. Is that workers' comp? It is, because they're parking in a designated parking spot. Occupational health disease, any ailment or disease caused by the nature or circumstances of the employment. Mental or emotional disabilities, only where the predominant contributing cause is an event or series of events occurring within the employment. Workplace violence. You have employees that witness a terrible incident. You have an employee that is harassed or bullied. Those are the types of situations that would be covered under comp.
Traveling to and from work. So, the going and coming rule says if you have an accident on your way to work, that's not covered. However, if you have a company car and you're leaving your home to go to your first appointment, well, maybe you are covered, all right? So, once you throw the company car in the mix, you have to be very careful about what you're reporting. If you think it could be work-related, pick up the phone and let's talk about it.
If an employee indicates that they were injured at work, you are obligated to submit that claim. You don't have the right to say, no, I'm not going to submit the claim.
If somebody comes to you and says, I got hurt at work, you're obligated to report it. And communicate with your injured employees on a regular basis. We constantly hear, my employer doesn't care, they don't contact me, they don't reach out to me, they don't want me back. You don't want that. You want to make them feel like they're still part of your team. And the only way to do that is keep in communication with them.